The retail recession claims Kmart. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. I've got my stein of coffee, and just after I finished my last video about the retail recession, claiming a Rockhampton Sizzlers, people left comments about the Kmart now in North Melbourne. Let's have a look at this one, guys. Kmart at Northcote Plaza in Melbourne to shut in November. So there we go, one of the large retail department stores, which I don't think is a surprise to anyone out there, with just the continuing terrible consumer confidence we have at the moment. And I mean, it's not like there are not a multitude of different options where you can get this. Was this 24 hours? Why would you go to a Kmart? Why would you need to, oh no, I need to go to Kmart for emergency 24-hour baby clothes, I guess, or knickknacks or stuff. So, Kmart fans have been left devastated after the discount department chain confirmed the looming closure of one of its stores. The outlet in question, located inside Melbourne's Northcote Plaza, will shut its doors forever in November this year, leaving fans with just months to get their local Kmart fix. I like how Alexis does it, how she's writing it in a positive spin to get their Kmart fix. I mean, I guess if people want their Kmart fix, but this is just another, perhaps an outmoded brand, or maybe people just can't afford to spend. This is the thing, guys, when our housing goes up so high, to cut back on the Avo and Toast and all these things to save for those big deposits, you stop buying crap. And I don't think you're going to get any of life's necessities from Kmart. You're not going to go and get your food, are you? You're not going to go there for business purchases, are you? No, I hope not. Northcote Kmart has been in the same spot since August 1981, but will withdraw after almost 40 years at the end of the store's lease, which the company will not renew. Well, there you have it. So they're just trading until they can get out of it without any costs. And this would be a big tenant in this centre. These ones are usually the anchors that attract people at the destination. You go out of your way to go to a Kmart. Unlike some of the people in Rockhampton that go to Rockhampton just to visit the local Sizzlers. But that's a whole other story. Last September, the Australian Financial Review revealed private investors had purchased 2 Coles supermarkets and the Northcote Plaza Kmart for a combined $60 million. It is understood the new owner intends to reposition the large 1-hectare property once Kmart vacates. The publication claimed, adding, the title deeds showed the Kmart is owned by WA-based Lil Proprietary Limited. And earlier in 2019, Kmart spokesman Stephen Mann confirmed the store's closure to local newspaper, the Northcote Leader, telling the publication that around 135 staff members were employed at the store and that permanent staff members will be guaranteed jobs elsewhere. How many of those 135 do you think are just casual? And how many are permanent? Remember, the unemployment rate, I'll bring that up, it slightly went down. We're hearing again and again and again of retail closures. The restaurant chain down in Melbourne, 500 staff. Rocky, 61 staff. You've got here, Kmart, 135 staff. What do you think? Do you think the ABS is on the money, or the Roy Morgan data, which shows an increase in unemployment from 8.1% to 8.6%, might be more accurate? Why don't you let me know in the comments below, guys. But I am keeping an eye on what's happening. I mean, remember, retail is a big employer in this country. It's about 10% of the workforce of our nation. So if it takes a hit, and it seems to be every day, this is the second video today on another retail issue. News.com seems to be talking about it every day. We're seeing it all the time. I'll have another article today discussing tourism, how it's been smashed here in Australia. And that's a big employer, a big industry, $60 billion, 3% of our GDP. It's a big chunk of the economy, guys. So is retail. So now, before we go any further, do you think we'll have another Change.org petition here people trying to save the shop. Upset shoppers have taken to social media to express their disappointment at the imminent closure. "No, I love my Kmart fix," one said, while another added, "Oh, I'm sad that it's going." I mean, okay. But others said Northcote Plaza was in need of a makeover. Well, yes, we have people renting our scanning equipment. We've got, we're working for surveyors where they are. A lot of these centers are getting refurbished. A lot of money is getting thrown into these retail centers because they just need to. But here's the question: what is the payback time going to be on this investment, this capital expenditure? On one hand, I think it's fantastic because it's bringing me business. On another, I'm worried because it's spending super money. But I mean, they have to. They have to. It's a competitive market. They need to do it. And I guess once they make the capex investment, it'll be there for the foreseeable future until it needs another refresh. And you have to do it to keep the value of your asset. Let's face it, the entire plaza really needs to go if Kmart leaves, one social media user said, while another added, "Northcote is losing a lot of businesses. The ANZ Bank recently closed after more than 50 years in Northcote, and now Kmart, arguably the most useful store in the plaza, a real blow for elderly pensioners." Well, see, that's an issue then if they're losing their anchor stores, if they're losing their banks. What is the centre doing to ensure this doesn't happen? They can't lose them. It comes hot on the heels of other iconic businesses, including News Big W is set to close 30 stores across Australia this year, as the retailer attempts to turn around an $85 million loss in the face of savage competition from the likes of Kmart and H&M. A Sizzlers restaurant in Rockhampton in Queensland also earmarked for closure on March 2nd, while a new David Jones store in the Fortitude Valley precinct in Queensland shutting within months, and a Myer in Hornsby in Sydney already closing its stores. And an interesting thing, that David Jones, that we talked about that in a previous video where it was shutting in James Street. The aim was to try and be a boutique David Jones. It's actually getting replaced with a real estate agent there. I saw someone share it on LinkedIn about their new office, which makes a lot of sense actually. Makes a lot of sense. However, while the individual Northcote stores' days are numbered, the wider Kmart brand is still a success story. Queensland University of Technology retail expert Dr. Gary Mortimer previously told News.com Kmart's offering was posing a challenge to other retailers, particularly in the fashion sector, where shoppers lured in by the chain's attractive pricing and extensive range. Last year, he said Kmart's results weren't necessarily a problem for the company, but that they were an element of cannibalization between Target and Kmart. It would appear after several years of consistently strong growth, Kmart is moving into a period of market maturity, he said at the time. Target remains an issue for the Wesfarmers Group despite significant changes to product ranges and investment in price. There remains a healthy level of cannibalism between Kmart and Target, which questions the strategy behind running two different branded discount department stores essentially offering the same market. Well, yeah. But last year, parent company Wesfarmers reported that earnings for Kmart and Target had been below expectations and that like-for-like sales for Kmart had been flat in 2019. And Kmart shoppers had repeatedly voiced their displeasure at the controversial new store layouts which had seen checkouts move from the entrance of stores into the middle of the premises. While the first Kmart store to undergo the drastic change did so in 2012, the rollout readily stepped up in 2016, and today it is in place in hundreds of stores despite customer backlash. I think when they put the checkouts self-service in the middle of the store, that marked the beginning of the end for the iconic Kmart, one Facebook user posted off the back of the Northcote store closure. So there we have it, guys. Another victim of the, retail recession, or perhaps a business just wasn't doing very well. And the question here, the takeaway here once again, is from the landlords. What are they doing? They're having to refurbish, they're having to invest significantly in this. What about then the property trusts and the businesses on the stock market that are listed that hold all of these? What do you think will happen to them if they can't keep their anchor tenants in place? What are we going to see happen? And then we have to consider the reduction in workforce in these local communities, the increase in unemployment. Over 100 people now may be at risk of losing their jobs just from this one store alone, guys. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to help that little bit extra, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join Patreon and make a monthly donation. You can join the channel here on YouTube and access to badges and emojis. We have affiliate links for Independent Reserve, Amazon, and eBay. And we also have our very own merch, pocket squares made at HeiseSays. Find them on our blog. And you can donate via PayPal. Thanks to everyone who helps support the channel. Take care, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.